Hello, once again, my fiery friends. The Infernoman is here, and we are back again, once again, to play. It's a midweek magic fun. So, without further ado, hopefully you're all having a great day today, wherever you're at. And we're going to be jumping in just a second. So, let's head over to what we're looking at now. Okay, so, as you can see right here, we'll just kind of give it a quick little refresh. It should be popping up in just a second, midweek magic. There it is. So, let's go ahead and let's see how well we're doing here. Okay, so give me 1 second here. And, okay, hold on. There we go. For some reason, I don't know why I was a little delayed on the reaction, but okay. So, what is our midweek magic looking at today? So, wait, hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second, everybody. Okay. Not sure. Let's see. We're looking right here at... Okay, so we've got right now... It looks like we're looking at some of our decks that we have for Alchemy. And overall, Alchemy is... Alchemy is not something, again, I'm a big fan of. But we're just going to make it work with what we got. So, with that, before we get started, how are we all doing today? Hopefully everyone's having a great day, wherever you are at, wherever you're watching the content. And... Wait. 1 second, everybody. Hold on. I'm having a small little issue here. Give me one quick little moment here. Oh, hold on. Ooh. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know. For some reason, my little reactions there were a little delayed, but okay. We should be good to go here. So. Wait. Oh dear. Okay. So. I think, wait, hold on 1 second. I'm having a small technical issue right here. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. We're delayed for just a moment, everybody. Sorry, everyone. We're just having a small little technical issue here where I'm trying to figure out something here. For some reason, when I was trying to click around, Arena has been a little delayed. We'll try to fix this in just a second if you just hang in there for just a few moments. But while I'm trying to get this fixed, how is everyone doing today? Hopefully you're all doing great wherever you're at. And we're going to hopefully get a chance to just play in some midweek matches in just a few moments here. See if we can jump back into this. All right. So with that, okay. I think we're good now. Yeah. All right. Great. Whew. Okay. Hopefully, we were having a small little snafu there. Okay, but I will finish up with that. Any case, so we're playing midweek magic, and it looks like this week is going to be Alchemy. Again, as I've said many times on my channel before, I'm not a big fan of Alchemy cards, i.e. digital-only cards, but as always, we really want to give it at least a fair chance. So, I mean, these decks, at the very least, are... pre-done, so it's not like you have to spend anything for it. We're just going to try to get our wins. That's the game plan today. We'll just have some of our... We're going to try to get our wins in ASAP, and then once we're done with that, then of course you'll want to stick around for the main event, which is going to be one of our awesome decks here, and I'll give you a quick little sneak peek of it. As you saw from the little thumbnail there, we've got our Only Lands. Yes, I know what I said, but I thought it was kind of a clever little name for the deck. In any case, we'll get to this about later on once we finish the midweek magic events. So with that, let's go ahead, let's jump into this. I honestly have no idea which each of these decks are going to do, so I guess we'll just kind of briefly click on each one. And I don't know, what do you all think? Which deck looks like the most interesting? I kind of like the Grixis one here, just kind of glancing over it very briefly here. I kind of like what it's trying to do here. It looks like it's trying to commit some crimes with Marchesa here. We have Gisa on the back end here for some really awesome stuff. Grenzo here. It is an alchemy card, but it is kind of neat. Again, I don't want to spend too much time looking at every single one of these because I kind of have an idea of more or less what I might want to do. But just to kind of give them all a fair shot to look at real quick, we have Cathartic Operation here. We have, okay, Nantuko Slicer. Okay, I think I see what this deck is trying to do here. Not exactly my style, a Soul Tide build, so we're just going to jump back real quick. Varmint's Vengeance. Okay, well, this sounds kind of interesting. It's kind of using this Rise of the Varmints card. If you haven't seen this card, really neat little card here. I might want to consider building with this in the future. Maybe if we make some kind of Graveyard Shenanigans style deck. But again, that'll be something we can look at down the line here. Ferocious 4. Okay, so what do we have here? Anti-Flash. Looking at plants, it looks like. Okay. Again, nothing really super wild or anything. It's just, again, these are just me just trying to look over these. But I think we're probably going to play the Great Train Heist. I think this one probably is going to be something that's more in tune with my style of gameplay. So with that, let's go ahead. We're going to jump, and I think... Actually... Wait, how do we pick this? Okay, back. Hold on. Wait. Where am I clicking at? Oh, there we go. I'm dumb. I'm dumb, everybody. Okay, so from here we pick Great Train Heist. We'll play that. And we'll now just jump right into it. So, again, for those of you who are new to the stream, again, if you are fascinated by, again, super budget types of Magic the Gathering decks out there, this is, of course, where you want to stick around. Because, again, whether you're watching here on Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, or any other place, even if maybe one or two of you are watching on X, or Twitter, I should say, shout out to all of you guys. Thanks again for supporting me, for those of you that are watching right now. But otherwise, again, jumping into Midweek Magic, we'll then play my main deck that I will play about halfway through the stream, but that's pretty much going to be the game plan for today. Keep it super simple and sweet. So in any case, what do we got right now? Okay, so we do have some of these cards I've played in previous deck techs. We have Forsaken Miner here, Unfortunate Accidents, a Spree card, Desperate Bloodseeker, and the Alchemy card Grenzo here. What exactly does that say? Wait, enters the battlefield, beginning of your upkeep. Okay, interesting. All right. Either way, again, we don't want to stick around too much on Alchemy here. I'm just trying to play this just to get the wins in ASAP, and then we will definitely have fun with our Only Lands deck as soon as we are done with this. But otherwise, how's everyone doing today out there? Hopefully you're all, again, whatever you're up to. I don't know whether you're watching from like work or maybe at home or whatever. Hopefully you're all having a great day. We're going to get started right now. We'll play Forsaken Miner. All right, so I guess we're just going to try to see if we can commit some crimes here and eventually just start overwhelming our opponent with our game plan. Botanical Sanctum, Undercity Sewers. Do you have removal opponents? Actually, I probably should have checked ahead of time if this deck that they're playing against us with has removal, but I guess we'll find out in a second here. Okay, opponent is taking their time to think about what exactly they're trying to do. They got 6 cards in hand, 2 lands out. What is your option, opponent? What are we trying to do here? Okay, Fortunate Accident here, so this is removal for us, which is nice, but we can also make a token if we need to in a pinch. This can help us mill some cards. They tap our Forsaken Miner, which is not something I'm worried about, but okay, that's totally fine. So with that Blackleaf Cliffs, we will play Desperate Bloodseeker. It's got lifelink, which is nice. Do you have an answer, opponent? No, you don't. That's fine. So from there, we will mill 2 cards for ourselves. Maybe we'll mill something we might need later on. Ooh, I would have liked that Marchesa, though. That's fine. This is fine, everyone. We can still do our thing. Opponent plays Cut Down. Takes out our Vampire, but that's fine. Swing up Bloodseeker down to 18. All right, opponent. What do you got? What are you trying to do, opponents? So, while they're trying to figure out their next option here, okay, so they play Underground Mortuary, they Surveil. While they're doing that, for those of you out there who kind of saw it earlier, what are we looking at? What are you all interested in when it comes to Modern Horizons 3? Now that, again, it's been about a week and some, Wizards, of course, did acknowledge that they have some... Okay, we're down to 19. They did acknowledge the leaks that have come out, and we actually had quite a few spicy cards that were revealed. But is there anything out there that maybe tickles your fancy, something that caught your eye? Let me know. I would love to hear from you guys from that. So, what do we do here? Okay, heist target. Okay. Nothing really we need to play right now, so we're just going to be with simple beatdown here. And we'll swing their opponent here, 16, and we'll pass the turn. We're not going to waste the removal right now on the Strix, so we're going to see what else they're trying to do here. Grave Expectations, heist target opponent's library. Wait, what does heist do? Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, it says right there. Look at 3 random non-land cards from target opponent's library. I want them face down. You may cast that card. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Sometimes alchemy cards kind of make me feel a little herpaderp at times. But, I mean, you get the idea, everybody. I guess this is something that's interesting. But again, is anybody actually fans of any specific alchemy cards out there? I can probably name like maybe 1 or 2 that actually I do use in other builds, mostly for Timeless, maybe for Historic, but again, I try not to play too many Timeless I try not to play in Timeless too much like these alchemy cards because I mostly like to build, for those of you that are newer to this, I prefer to make anything that you can put together in paper. Because again, there are many of you out there who maybe tend to be fans of certain budget decks we make, which may look a little pricey, but we try to do what we can to minimize that price as much as possible. Alright, opponent swings. We're down to 18. Slow but surely, we will make our way to what we want to do. Alright, so Eroded Canyon. Ping them. Down to 17. We'll swing again with our miner. I know. It's not very exciting right now, but hopefully we can build into something more exciting in a bit. Pass the turn. Our opponent now does some looting. They draw a card, discard a card. And which card do you drop an opponent? Which card? Okay. So land. And with that, they put down a forest. So, what do you got, opponent? What is your decision? While they're taking their sweet time with this, is there anything out there that you guys want to talk about when it comes to anything related to Magic that has come out recently? I mean, has anybody actually thought about, again, what is that weird Comic Sans style of Secret Lairs? If you haven't seen it already, again, there's a set of Secret Lair cards that are coming out that use Comic Sans, and it looks absolutely terrible. I'm honestly not a fan of it, but I don't know if they were doing that as a goofy, like, super late, actual April Fool's Day joke. I mean, I think that's what it was meant to be, but it kind of came out really late, so I feel like the impact of that was lost on the community. But anyway, digressing. Okay, we got another Grave Expedition, so I guess I'll start using these cards in just a second. I'm not sure how I feel about new Jace here. How are your thoughts on new Jace here? This card, it's kind of hard to evaluate. It's a 2-mana Planeswalker, but I don't know if it's actually good or not. I've never seen that many people actually use it, so we'll swing at it and see what happens. Alright. Down to 2. And we pass. Oh, actually, I just missed my land drop. Wow, I am really dumb here. Missed the land drop, but that's fine, everybody. That's fine. Either way, we still have time. But regardless, at least we're going to hang out here at least until maybe another 45 minutes. Hopefully we can finish the Midweek Magic event before then. If we don't finish within the hour, we will just kind of cut it short and we'll just jump straight into what our main event is, which is going to be, of course, our fun but super awesome land burning deck that I'm calling Only Lands. So with that, opponent's going to do some more looting. Thinking opponent. They're thinking about what they want to toss out. So with that, okay, so I guess what we're going to do in just a second here, we'll try to do some heisting, I guess. And then maybe we'll just steal some stuff from our opponents. I'm going to do some surveilling. So while they surveil, still, again, like, I'm not sure how I feel about these cards, but we'll see if we can get them to work. All their opponent is... Okay, they do not surveil. Okay, that's fine. Do you go swinging? Swinging at all opponents? They do not. But they do look like they're thinking of something doing it, because they got 3 cards in hand. They got plenty of lands, so I'm not sure what they're trying to do here. Okay. Well, we'll just give this a card. We'll just a try here. Heist opponent's library. Okay. I have no idea how this is going to work, but we'll just give it a shot. Unless our opponent has something they want to do. Do you have an option, opponent? Are you thinking about something? Maybe? Yes? No? Something? Give me something to work with here. Come on, opponents. Take their sweet time here. Okay. There we go. So, what do we grab? I don't even know what we're grabbing here. I guess I'll just take the... Take that, and then pay 3 life. Take out the Planeswalker. Okay. Wait, how long did I have the card down for? Okay, so I can do it at instant speed. Is that card? Okay, so you actually don't have to cast the card immediately, but I figured might as well just try it. Okay. Okay, so they use their little alchemy card. I have no idea what that was too, but okay. Grave Expectations one more time. We'll heist them again. Okay, again, I'm assuming our opponent is probably thinking real hard about this too, but kind of like us, I don't know what is the best options here. So I guess we'll just take Jace. Maybe we'll have better luck with Jace. Okay, in any case, so Swamp. We will play Jace, assuming our opponent doesn't have another answer, but we'll see. What do you got? Okay, so it does resolve, which is nice. We'll draw a card, discard a card. If nothing else, at least that's always helpful to have. Okay, so... Okay, Weave Nightmare. Just one of... Nice target opponents in the library. I think we'll throw away the Unfortunate Accidents. Actually, we'll hold off on this for a second here. I want to see what our opponent's going to try to do here. Okay, so... Sorry, everyone. It's like, again, when you're playing alchemy cards, you kind of have to stare at it for just a little bit to be like, what am I actually playing with? It's kind of like the last time, or I would say the first time we streamed like a couple months ago about trying to figure out like what the heck do these cards even try to do. Okay, opponent. What do you got? They're going to draw another card. Wow, this is actually a lot more grindier than I thought it was going to be today. But that's totally cool. So our opponent's going to do their thing. They're going to do some more looting. They paid 3 with the Strix. They're going to loot, dig up something, and throw it away. I wonder if we'll get some more Strix, these Owl Strix cards once we get to Bloomburrow. I guess we'll find out again that soon. But again, the biggest hype right now, of course, is for Modern Horizons 3 coming out very soon. We should be getting previews for that at least at the end of the month. So I don't know how hyped you guys are about that, but I myself am looking forward to all the energy cards we'll be getting. So hopefully that'll be something really worth looking into, and hopefully we'll have a chance to then build some really awesome stuff. For those, again, that are wondering, like, I do have decks that I'm trying to plan out for future for the Timeless format, but at the same time, I'm going to wait until Modern Horizons 3 drops, then we'll look at trying to build some stuff for Timeless, and if anything is legal for Historic, we'll also consider that as well. So in the meantime, until then, mostly of our future decks are going to be just focused on just trying to do more and more of the stuff when it comes to playing in the Explorer and Brawl formats. All right, opponent, what do you got? They go swinging. They're going to hit Jace, which is fine. Okay, opponent. Do you have any other answers? No. So finally, we'll Weave Nightmare. We'll get... Take out Vraska. Maybe. Assuming our opponent does not have an answer, but they might. Wait, were we able to do 2 options here? Wait, hold on. How does that work? Highest target opponent's library. Okay, choose one. If you control a non-land permanent you don't own. Oh, wow. Once again, I'm dumb. Yay, alchemy cards. Apparently, I was able to actually pick 2 of these options here. I really should read these cards a little better here, but some of these alchemy cards, a little confusing to me. But, oh well. We'll make it work. We will make it work, everybody. So with that, we will play Spring. Hitting our opponent here. Tick up with Jace. Throw away the Spider Bluff Canal. We take out their Jace. Okay. Well, we're slowly but surely making some progress here. Again, I have no idea how this is all working out here. It would be nice if we had that Marchesa we kind of milled earlier on ourselves here, but that's totally fine. We're still making it work. It's still looking like we should be able to pull off something here. Okay, so opponent is thinking about what they want to do. So, take your time, opponent. We got all day. Well, actually, we don't have all day, but you know what I mean. Okay, so they plot something. They're plotting. Strix is getting swung at here. I think we're just going to do this now. So, we'll heist our opponent here. Maybe we can get an instant out of the deal. Okay, so with that. Okay. That should be helpful for later. Okay, opponent. I don't really have any other responses here, so go ahead and do your thing. Okay, there we go. They finally swung. Ooh, okay. There we go. Now we're talking. So We're going to play Geese of the Hellraiser. This is definitely what we want to see. This is a super awesome card. If you haven't seen already, I actually put together a deck that's focused completely on her. So definitely, if you haven't seen that, you should all check that out when you can. In the meantime, though, we will draw a card and then discard a card. So we're going to do some more looting. Okay, so it's just another land, but that's fine. Throw away the island. Put down the swamp. At least now Forsaken Miner now does great damage here. So 3 damage is really awesome for us, and that should hopefully slowly close out the game. So we're down to 11 with our opponent here. We're still at 15, so we're looking really nice here. Okay, opponent is thinking, and okay, so they do their turn. Put down another forest. We're mostly just flooding out here with a lot of stuff, so despite the fact that these are all precons, they're not as impactful as I thought they were going to be. Okay, they go back to 3, so now they're up to 14. So it's still anybody's game at this point as to what is going on. We're going to see. And to go Slicer. Okay, so what does this do again? Those can't conjure duplicate of a card. Okay. Okay. Interesting. But in any case, as long as we have Jace, I think at least with Jace, we have a way of just constantly churning through our deck so we can keep doing our thing. Okay, so Cathartic Operation will help us out in a moment here. And then Grenzo here enters the battlefield, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you can heist an opponent's library, and then once each turn, you can pay for free the card you don't own. Okay. So Grenzo here will be great for us because we actually do have at least one card that's technical that we don't own, but it's going to be something we can cast. So this should actually work out great in our favor here in just a moment, as soon as our opponent kind of takes their time thinking about what they want to do. So, again, while they're thinking about that, again, let me know, everyone, what are your overall thoughts on, let's see, what do we want to talk about? I would love to talk a little bit more about some of the stuff we've seen from how we're all feeling about Thunder Junction now. It's been now a couple of weeks since the set came out, so let me know how we're all feeling about the set overall. Do we like what we've been playing with? Do we think Thunder Junction is good, bad, interesting, too much going on there? I would love to hear all your thoughts on that stuff. Okay, so they managed to conjure up something here. Alright, opponent is looking at things to do. Are they going to be swinging? Maybe? I guess we'll find out soon. Hopefully we can then start doing our thing with Gisa, because I would love to close out this game quick, and then hopefully we can just move on to the next match. Again, just want to see if we can get through this alchemy event ASAP, and then we can definitely move on to the real fun stuff. Not to say, again, you couldn't have fun with alchemy cards, but it's just not my thing. But hey, if you are a fan of alchemy cards, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from all y'all about that. In any case, so swamp down. All right, Grenzo coming down. All right, we commit a crime, make some zombies. All right, so what do we get? All right, so what do we get here? Oh, okay. Well, our opponent kind of just gave up there, so yay for us. I was ready to start going off there, but I guess once Gisa made some zombies and we were about to get something from Grenzo here, I guess our opponent just had enough, so yay. All right, on to the next match, everybody. Let's go ahead, let's continue this. I can see right now in the chat area, we have a couple more of y'all coming in, so welcome, welcome. We just got our first win from the Midweek Magic. All right, nothing really special. There's just a card. But let's get our rare. Oh, okay, so we got some gems. So, yay, I'll take gems. Gems are good, so we can just keep building up what we need. All right, round 2. We just need to get through 2 more victories here. We'll get our nice little rewards, and then we'll continue on with the real main event, which is, again, for those of you that are just joining us, it'll be an all-lands deck that, don't worry, I will go over a quick little deck tech before we actually play it, and we'll play some ranked. I realize now I haven't actually ranked up all that much this season so far, but hopefully maybe with the deck that I'm going to show off a little bit later on, we'll have that opportunity to build ourselves up just a bit more. Okay, any case, going back to the match. So we got Darkslish Shores, some swamps, Duelist of the Mind here, Triumphant Getaway. Okay. Again, when it comes to these alchemy cards, I have no idea what I'm getting into, but we're just going to make it work. So with that, what do you got, opponents? What are you playing? Okay. Looks like they're playing the Sultai deck again, so yay. That's fine. In any case, we'll play Duelist of the Mind. Alright, and with that, opponent, Surveil land. All right, nothing yet. So with that, we will play Eroded Canyon. Ping. We commit a crime. Draw a card. And then what do we throw away here? Try Unfortunate Accident. Ping our opponent here. Down to 17. And we pass. Okay. Well, so far so good. This cute little card right here should be able to help us get at least a little bit more going. Triumphant Getaway. I started. Okay. Vraska coming down. We will hit her. We will. What do we do here? Throw away the Unfortunate Accidents. Take out Vraska. Another card draw. Down to 16. Swamp. Pass. Okay. We're making progress with this deck. Again, just getting a better feel for it. Not something I'm going to be sticking around with, obviously, for very long because, again, it's a pre-con, but it's actually kind of cute. I kind of like what this deck is trying to do. I actually like it. Although, maybe we can make something with the Marchesa deck work in the future. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see something with Marchesa. I would love to consider maybe building with her. It's not anything super fancy, but she actually is a pretty neat little engine when it comes to building up stuff. In the meantime, opponent here's taking their sweet time, and there goes the clock opponent. Okay, they play Jace. Are they going to take up opponent? Most likely. Are they going to take up for value here? They do. Okay. Alright, so they plot. What did they plot? Solitary Defiance here. Okay. Okay. Interesting so far. Opponents. Tap land. So let's flash in Triumphant Getaway. We will heist. But what do we take? Okay, we'll take the Jace. And what else do we get? Let's see. I get the Harrier Strix. Not the fanciest options here, but it does help us out, and you'll see why in a bit. Jace Reawakened. Ping them down. Ooh, okay. I kind of like what this is doing here now. Okay, so with that, let's see. We will... Why do we do this? Duo becomes plotted. Okay. We'll tick up, and we will plot away Weed the Nightmare. Bring in Harrier Strix. Ping our opponent. We will tap that permanent. Okay, well the deck is going off. This is great. Draw a card. What are we down here? Okay. Do you have an answer, opponent? They do not. Okay, so with that, we can start hitting Jace. Their Jace, at least. Okay, so how do we get out of this? How do we do our thing here? I think we'll just keep taking advantage of Jace Reawaken here, and eventually we'll just start going off. Solitary Defiance. What does this do? Vraska's a silencer. Okay. Okay, so it's a little still much for me to read every single one of these alchemy cards because it's not, again, stuff I'm going to bother reading. But, all right, little by little, we can kind of start building up on stuff here. Opponent? All right, they do nothing. Okay, so with that, we will draw a card this time. Okay, so what do we toss? I think it'll be the Eroded Canyon. Swamp down. Marchesa coming down. Okay, and then... Okay, Vigilant Trade. Okay. I think I have a plan here. I think I have a plan, everybody. Sorry. I'm mumbling a lot because I'm trying to read every single one of these cards, and it's just a lot to take in with Alchemy, and obviously with this whole set being so huge and all, so it just feels like I'm just overwhelmed. So I feel a little herpaderp when it comes to figuring out, again, every single thing that these sets do. Okay, so with that... Okay. Alright. Well, unfortunately we lose Marchesa, but this is fine, everybody. Okay. How do we do this here? Target creature is -5. Wait, how come I can't target this? I have 2 swamps open. Wait. Hold on. Okay, okay. Now I figured out what I did. Sorry. I hit both options here. Okay. So, War 2. Pay the 2. Get rid of Vraska. No drawing a card this time. Whew. Okay, so we got out of that, which is great. Take out Jace. Jace is gone, everybody. Okay. Whew, okay. Little by little, we're making progress here. This is a very grindy deck, but I kind of like what it's trying to do here. Spinewood Paladin. All right, well, they gain some life. Annoying, but it's fine. Okay. We will draw another card. Okay, how do we do this here? Throw away Swamp. We will... Hostile Investigator. We will draw another card. Desperate Bloodseeker. Going down. We investigate. Swing with our flyers. Down to 11. Okay, okay. Little by little, we are making that progress, everybody. Wow, I'm actually really surprised at how grindy this deck is. I actually kind of like what it's trying to do here. This is actually kind of fun. So, opponent almost swung there. Oh, okay. They want to go to face. Which is fine. Okay. So, with that, opponent, are you going to discard some cards? Maybe. Someday. Come on, opponent. I believe in you. Huh. Okay. Well, while they're taking their time with this, I'm not sure, like, what... Does anybody out there have, like, a card that they're a big fan of when it comes to playing anything from Thunder Junction? There's definitely a lot of cards that I need to still take the time to look at and build, but, man, I feel like... Oh, man, I'm so overwhelmed with so many cards right now with this whole set. There's a lot to take in, and it's trying to me to find the time to build all this stuff. I don't know about you all out there, but I do enjoy the set, but again, it's just so many cards. Okay, so with that, we will block and take out the Paladin. Down to 22. And Tuco Slicer. Okay, they're kicking. Okay, what are you going to do, opponent? What do you got? What are you trying to pull off here? Any moment now, opponent. Okay, well. Take your time, opponent. It's not like I have all day here. I'm sure they will come up with an option here. Okay, there we go. There we go. They're here. They're here, everybody. They're here. Okay, Dark Slick Shores. What do we do here? Okay. We will draw another card. Okay, so it's another land. That's fine. The Restless Reef we can put down. We might be able to utilize that in a bit. We'll actually crack one of our clues to draw a card. And crack another one. Alright. Okay, whoa. We're definitely getting a lot of pump here. Down to 6. Okay, opponents. They obviously have a go for the throat, so most likely this is what's going to hit us right now. And I assume that that's what they're going to have to do in order to get back into this fight. But we do have options still. Opponent hits the Slicer. They do some more seeking. Wait, what does seek do again? Oh, that's right. It's the... Okay, what was it? It's the... Oh, you just grab a card at random and put it into your hand. Okay. Sorry. It's just, again, I don't bother to remember every single one of these abilities that alchemy cards do, but, you know, it's helpful to have these little reminders, if nothing else. Okay. Come on, opponent. I would love to finish this soon, everybody. Not that, again, like, I'm not having fun. It's just, I mostly just do events like this. When it comes to alchemy cards, I just want to try to finish this ASAP, and then hopefully we can just continue on with what we really want to try to play with today. Okay, opponents. There it was, the go to the throats. Again, I knew that was going to happen, so this is fine. So with that, we'll draw another card. Okay, ooh, Blood Hustler. That's a pretty good card here. So with that, so what do we do here? Okay, whenever we cast this one. I think we'll throw away one of our lonely ends here. Mountain down. Blood Hustler. Whenever you cast a spell, you don't own each opponent. Okay. So with that, down to 5, and we pass. Okay. Okay, hold on. Targeted opponent. And then there we go. Okay, okay. Still working it out loud here, everybody. Again, it's a little clunky, but we are making our some headway here. What do you do, opponents? What do you have? You got a cathartic operation, and you have one other card in hand that I have no idea what that card is, but that's fine. What do you got, opponent? Come on. Honestly, can't take all day to kind of think about this. I mean, you really only have one other card that I don't know in hand, and you have one other card that's going to bounce some stuff back. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Again, not trying to sound impatient, everybody. I'm just curious. Okay, so it was another removal spell. Okay. We will... How much do we pay? We do pay the 2. Okay, opponent. So you got one more card in hand. You going to use it or not? Okay. So we will choose one. All right, so that's down. Phew. Okay, little by little, everybody. We're making progress here. We're definitely making progress. They go swinging. They do more seeking. Annoying, but this is fine. We will find a way to get around this. They're definitely building up their board, though. Okay. Okay. Oh, Cha to Nev FSB. Sorry, I fumbled your name there. My apologies, everybody. Okay. Randomly scrolled on Twitch on my phone because I'm bored and I came across your stream. I actually also stream on YouTube. New cute. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to have to deal with this in just a second, everybody. Give me a moment here. Okay, so draw a card and throw away swamp. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Just taking a moment here to handle something real quick, but okay. All right, so next what we will do is play Cathartic Operation, and then what do we bring back here? We'll bring back Marchesa and Duelist of the Mind. Do some pinging. Get some more cards. All right, so we're back in this fight, everybody. This is nice. So with that, we will play... How do we do this here? I think we'll play Duelist of the Mind again. Swing with a bird. Down to 5. Okay, so we're looking much better here. We have a full set of cards. We got a lot to work with here. And our opponent... You know, they're still don't have too many options here. They will be able to still keep rebuilding themselves with Solitary Defiance, which is an annoying card, but we do have a way of still fighting through this. They will swing. Most likely they're going to take out Jace here, but that's okay. We have hopefully enough options now where we can just slowly close out this game within the next turn or two. So they go swinging at Jace. Totally fine with that. Jace goes bye-bye. But we do appreciate that. Thank you, opponent, for letting us use that Jace for as long as we did. That helped us out get a lot of cards, actually. Okay, so maybe I am a believer of Jace. He's actually not as bad as I thought. He just needs maybe a way to build around him. Would you be interested, everybody, in the future and see if we can make Jace work? Let me know in the comments below, and I would love to hear from you from that one. But in another case, we will play Marchesa finally. At least I hope we will, because they have one card. And I swear, if that's a removal spell, I will be... really disappointed because I actually like this card. I like what this is doing. It's not anything super fancy, but it does get the job done. So with that, what else do you have, opponent? Swing in here. Okay, so they do turn on the Vine Stock, but we have removal for that. So say goodbye to your plant. Could be a crime. Is that it, opponent? Okay, so we will decline. We don't need to get more cards from Marchesa. All we just need to do is just take out that land. All right. There we go, everybody. Okay, down to 1. All right, opponent. Well, you've got 2 cards in hand. It is all or nothing now on this hit. Either they need to get rid of our Blood Hustler next turn, or they just need to wipe the board, or I honestly don't think our opponent has a way of getting out of this. All right. What do you got, opponent? Okay, swing? No swing? Okay. No swing? Okay, well, in that case then, I guess we'll do this now. So, heist opponent's library. Commit a crime. I love this card. It's not, again, anything flashy, but I really like what this card is trying to do. Marchesa. We can then trigger her off. We'll pay the 1 as soon as our opponent lets us. Okay. And then what do we get here? Oh, okay. We'll just get a Spark Bluff now. Not that we really need that. But I just want to get one more hit in here, and then we should be good. Hopefully we should be good. Opponent, do you have an answer? Wow, they do have an answer. Then you got to seek some cards too. Okay. Well, that shouldn't still hurt us because they need to get rid of Blood Hustler in order for them to at least survive the next turn. Come on, opponent. Please do something. Anything? Well, again, not trying to rush him, but I do want to at least try to keep things moving here, everybody. So while they're still thinking that over here, and our opponent is taking their time here, how... I guess another question I want to ask everybody out there, if any of you are hearing me out, is... Okay, so we got a cut down here. I'll take that. So with that, let us... Oh, okay. Well, there we go, everybody. Beating him out here. Triggering off. Unless you got life gain, opponent. Oh, actually, I didn't need to do that. Okay, that's fine. All right, ping him out. Wow. Whoa, hold on. Whoa, wow. They actually got some life there. Wow, I'm shocked. Okay, well, that's fine, everybody. This is fine. We could still burn him out here. Down to 2. We will play Forsaken Miner. Okay, there we go, everybody. That was it. Oh, there we go. Whew. Oh, man, I actually thought for a second they actually were able to survive. But we got them. So I will take that win. Yes. Okay. So that was pretty sweet. Okay. Any case, whew. Okay, moving on now to the next final one. This should be it for us, and then we'll finally get into the meat of this stream, which is going to be the actual deck tech that I know y'all came for. So let's get a rare. Okay, Breach the Multiverse. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that card. I don't use it really that much, but it's a neat option. All right, so final one for this part of Midweek Magic, and then we'll get a chance to finally really do some really awesome stuff. A nice little budget deck that I put together that all of you will get a chance to definitely get a chance to fully see. I'll explain everything, how it works, and hopefully we'll get a chance to get at least a couple wins with that deck. I know past couple streams we've been doing, we haven't exactly had a good record when it came to doing stuff on stream, but I'm really feeling really good about our deck today that we'll talk about a little bit later on. Okay, so in other words, we got quite a bit here, so we need another couple of different colored lands, and this should be fine. But in any case, so with that, let us... Okay, so what do we got here? Come on, opponent. Alright, so Swamp. Harrier Strix. Is everybody playing the actual... Are they all just playing the Sultai deck? Is that what everyone's playing today? Wow, that's kind of boring. Unless that was like the deck to pick, I guess. In any case. So we have now 3 Swamps, which means we can start playing some of other stuff, which is great. It's still going to be a little while before we really start getting our stuff down here. Either way, based on how the past 2 matches went, I'm just going to have to give this one at least until the next 15 minutes. Regardless of what happens in the next 15 minutes, win or lose, we will need to move on because I definitely want to get into the next deck that I really want to be excited to talk about today. Seed of Hope. They do some milling. They bring back a land, gain some life. Alright, so with that... we will get a opponent surveils, surveil away a land. Okay, they do some plotting, so that means they pump up their Strix. It's a 4-3 now. So our opponent has the edge for just a moment, but don't worry, we will make our comeback in just a little bit. So with that, We will play Go for the Throat. Pump up our Blood Hustler. Take out their bird. Go swinging. Down to 20. Little by little, everybody. It's just those little increments we got to take in order for us to get to where we want to be at. All right, opponent. What do you got? What's your next option here? Will you bring in your plants, or you do have something else in hand? All right, Island. Alloy Alchemist. So they did bring in their plants. That's cute. All right, nothing from our opponent yet, but we'll put down a Swamp. And how do we do this here? I think we'll put down another Blood Hustler. Do you have another answer, opponent? They're thinking. Okay, so they do have an option there, but we also have a Lonely End, so we take that out. Blood Hustler survives. They're down to 17 now. Okay, little by little. Hopefully we should be able to close this out very quickly here. I'm actually looking forward to that. They got 4 cards in hand, but we only have 3 cards in hand. Vraska the Silencer. Doesn't do anything, but we've got unfortunate incident right here, so we can destroy the creature. And there we go, everybody. Yeah! Blood Hustler putting in a lot of work today. Really awesome. Oh dear. Well, I just counterspelled that, so annoying. But this is fine, everyone, because we still have a way of pushing our damage here. Actually, no, we'll wait. We'll wait. I forgot that our Blood Hustler also has a small little ability that we can just use to just get incremental value if we really, really have to. Put us down to 1 card, and this is awkward. We can't cast any of our other spells here. That's fine. This is fine, everyone. We'll just pass. We can just get 1 blue source, then we would be in business. But it's fine. What is your last card, opponent? Okay, Cathartic Operation. All right. And they got 2 more cards, so our opponent is still in this fight. They have 5 cards now, back up from 1. Wow. That was quite a comeback, actually, from them. All right, so what is your next move, opponents? Anything yet? Nothing. Okay, so with that, we will trigger off Blood Hustler and commit some crimes. We're going to be able to pump up both, which is great. Oh, they had a touchdown. Yikes. All right. Yikes. So they're going to start trying to build stuff up with Vraska now. All right. Scary, but it's fine, everyone. They're back up to 16. Thieving Avian can't do anything. Will you block, opponents? They do. All right. Commit another crime. At the very least, we'll get some pings out of the way. So, we just can't afford to have Vraska survive. We need her down. All right. So, will you pay to bring it back? They do. So they have a bunch of treasures now. They have a lot of... They definitely have a lot of resources here, which is fine. Alloy Alchemist coming down. We just need to start... Okay, there we go. There's our blue source. But maybe I was a little too aggressive on the past couple turns. I don't know. Did I fumble there a little bit, everyone? Did I punt? Let me know. Any case, I'll put that out of the way now. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Well, looks like we might not finish this on time, everyone. That's fine. Jace Reawaken coming down. Wow, everybody really did play this deck. Not quite what I was expecting things, but that's fine. Jace Reawakened. They're going to plot something. All right. They hit us for free. Down to 17. All right, Dustblood Bloodseeker. Okay, so how do we get out of this, everybody? Let's see. Okay, so how do we do this? Okay. I think our best option here is... Because I'm trying to think of this through. We have a lot of removal, but... Okay, so how do we do this here? Okay. Take out the Alchemist. We need to buy time while we kind of build up our stuff. But regardless, again, whatever happens here, we will still try to see how far we can go. This might be one of the few times I'm actually going to have to finish this event off stream. Not that I don't want to finish it on stream, but I really want us to actually now get to our actual fun deck that I want to do. So, again, at most 10 more minutes, and then we're going to have to then kind of switch gears. Okay, so what is our game plan to get out of this, if at all? Solitary Defiance, okay. A little annoying, but it's fine. Island. Okay, so we'll play Grenzo. At the very least, we got to get him off. At least I hope we did. Opponent, what do you got? Okay, I did counterspell it. Well, okay, we're not looking good anymore, everybody. This might not be a win here, which is unfortunate. But I mean, hey, that's just how Magic goes sometimes. Sometimes you manage to pull off some stuff, and sometimes, well, you just kind of get a little unfortunate there, bad luck. Having said that, yes, I'm aware. Maybe I did go a little too far with and got too aggressive with our Blood Hustlers. I don't know. Maybe that was the move that kind of came back to bite me. In any case, Genius Prodigy coming in. Opponent starts swinging here. They do their Saking. Wow. This is actually a really annoying card now that I think about it. But they do their thing. Oh, they get a Mox out of that? Well, that's absolutely disgusting. See, this is exactly why, everyone, I'm not a fan of Alchemy because of stuff like this. Shenanigans like this. But moving on. Marchesa. Please tell me that resolves. Don't counterspell that opponent, please. Okay. Whew. Okay. It did survive. So with that, we will take out the Ingenious Prodigy. Unless our opponent has options. Wow. Wow. They actually had another counterspell. Alright. Well, time is ticking, everybody. We will see if we can just at least hold off a little bit longer here. I don't know how much more time we have, but we are kind of cutting it a little close to where I really want to actually be at. So for those of you who actually don't watch these streams too often, mostly our game plan tends to always be that we'd like to do the first half of the stream. Jeez, they're going off with boxes. But we like to do primarily on stream, at least. The first half is usually a midweek Magic or just whatever we want to play, just to kind of do some fun event stuff. And the second half is usually where we actually get to the meat of our actual stream, where we just do the deck tech itself. Our streams, of course, are not as long as some of the others out there, 3 hours, 4 hours. As much as I would love to then stream more and have fun with all of you that are watching, I can't stream as long as others out there. But again, we make do with what we have, so we'll still have a little bit of fun. Don't worry, I'm looking forward to what we're going to do in a bit. But this match looks like it might be over. I don't know if we're going to be able to get out of this at all. Our opponent's just going off here, and we're kind of spinning our wheels. So I'm actually not going to be too bummed about that. It is, again, Alchemy, so I mean, that's just how it goes sometimes with us. So we could commit a crime. We will... What do we do here? Okay. Keep that. We will get rid of that Prodigy. Pay one again. We will take Duelist of the Mind. Alright. Marchesa. She's hanging in there, but she's not going to be able to do much on her own. So we just can't move this board state. Our opponent really is super far ahead on resources. And, alright, we'll give it, like, again, 5 more minutes. And then we'll just try to see what we can do here. Oh, we can't even bounce our own planes character back? Wow. Alright, I guess we're going to lose that too. Wow. Okay, we are really, really bad right now. And I don't see us getting out of this. But we will try. We will try at least a little bit longer. We got 5 more minutes on the clock. And wait, can I bounce this back? Okay, so I can. Oh, but it goes to them. So, well, I feel stupid doing that. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay, everybody. I thought that was going to go back to our hand, because it technically was ours, but Okay, opponent. Yeah, you got a couple more minutes. Oh, they actually ultimated. Wow. Okay. So, not sure what else we can do here. Opponent's going to start stealing our stuff. So, with that, I don't even know if at this point I should just let it go. At this point, it's mostly very one-sided, and I don't think we're going to be able to get out of this. There's not really any other card I could think of that'll help us just bounce out of this bad situation. So at this point, I think our opponent mostly has us done. Another Jace. Oh, jeez. Well, they can't keep both Jaces because they're both still legendary, so one of them just gets bounced out anyway, so that doesn't really help them. Okay, they take up again to plot. They hit us. Alright, so we'll give it, I guess, one more turn here. If we can't do anything, then I guess that's it for us. Okay. Another swamp down. Aven. Duelist of the Mind. And I guess we'll just put it down now. Yeah, at this point I think I'm mostly just... I think I'm mostly done with this match, everybody. I honestly don't know what else we can do to get out of this, so I think we're just gonna have to concede this in just a little bit. Give it one more turn, and if they just kind of overwhelm us, which I think they will, we're pretty much just gonna give up. So we'll just let our opponent do their thing, while we kind of just spin our wheels. It's okay. It's okay, everybody. Not mad or anything, just wanting our opponent to just wrap this up ASAP. Come on, opponent. You can do your thing. Go for the throats, of course. So there goes one creature down. Okay, so yeah, I guess I'll just give it this turn right here. There's not much else we can really do. Unfortunate accident. They kill another creature we have. They go swinging most likely. They will seek some more cards. Wow. See, this is again why I'm not a big fan of alchemy, everybody. I'm sure some of you out there might like alchemy cards, but you can see right here, they just get a silly amount of value for what they're trying to do. And it just doesn't feel like it's really fair at all. It doesn't feel fun to me. It doesn't feel like stuff like this is what should happen to Magic. But again, I mean, we have some busted cards throughout the history of the game. But this is just, I don't know, I just never really felt this way. This is how the game should be done. Okay, so we'll draw our one card here, and yeah, our opponent's just gone off here completely. Okay, I mean, Lazov here doesn't really do much, because we can't commit crimes, so, alright, well, we're just going to have to concede. But again, I'll just have to wrap this one up off stream just to get my last win in, but it's fine, everybody. We can't win them all, so it is what it is. But in any case, we're going to now jump to what we really came here for today. For those of you who hung around this far, thank you so much again for continually watching. We, however, need to talk about this awesome little deck that I'm calling Only Lands. So with that, here's what you're all here for, everybody. So this is our actual real deck that actually we're going to be playing in just a little bit here. So let's kind of give a quick little overview as to what we're doing. The whole point of Only Lands is, as it says, we're literally trying to play as many lands as possible. But thanks to Outlaws of Thunder Junction, we actually have a really sweet game plan with this. So what I mean by Only Lands is we mostly want to just try to see if we can beat our opponent by getting a bunch of these lands out to ping our opponent down, do as much damage as can, and we hopefully can just win by just handling out a bunch of burning lands, if you will. But of course, you can't just win with just lands. We're going to definitely need some support around that. So we need ways of just building up our board state to ensure that we get as many land options as possible. So every card that we can that's in our budget, within the 60 card, obviously, format that we're in right now, we're going to have to work with what we got. So we have a Boreal Grazer to put down an extra land. We have Dance of the Tumbleweed. This can help us put down another land or desert card. Druid class here. If we then take this up just a little bit here, we can play some additional lands. Growth Spiral, of course, we have to have that to put another land and helps us with some card draw. We have a Spelunking here. This is going to be a really sweet little card here. I've talked about this card a lot. I'm really high on this card because it makes sure that all of our lands will enter the battlefield untapped. So even our tap lands will allow us to still keep ramping. We have Map to Frontier here. This can help us dig out some deserts so they can come onto the battlefield tapped, which is really awesome for us. I love this card so much. So with that, and then of course some of our other support pieces like Spinewood's Armadillo here, you can cast this if you need to as a 7/7, which is really beefy, and it has reach and ward, so this is great on defense. But if we need to in the early game, you can discard this card and then help us dig out a desert card that we can get, and also we can gain some life, so really nice for us to help stabilize in the mid game. In other words, for other ways of just kind of helping just burn out our opponent, we have Spitfire Lock here. So this lizard here, whenever land enters the battlefield under control, the lock will deal 1 damage to each opponent, so helps us with a burn plan. But in order to ensure we have more on the burn plan, we also have Valakut Exploration here. Same thing, it has a landfall trigger, so anytime a land enters the battlefield, we can then exile the top card of our library, and if we don't use it, it will go into our graveyard, but then we can deal that much damage to each opponent. So whether we use the cards or not, we can still keep burning out our opponent here. So this is great for our card draw engine of what we're trying to do here. Now, in terms of the fact that you'll notice that although we're doing a lot of ramp, we need ways of kind of just beating out our opponents. So to kind of help stabilize against creature decks, we have Desert Stew. This is a really powerful removal spell. Yes, it's only spot removal, but it will do -1/-1, or actually I should say -2/-2 until end of turn, but it gets an additional -1/-1 for each desert we control. So no matter how big our creature is, if we can get a bunch of deserts out, Desert Stew will do a ton of extra damage and really help us close out some stuff and beat down a lot of creatures that normally we don't have business dealing with. Of course, we don't really have much in terms of wraths since we couldn't really afford it too much for the budget version of this deck, but we have at least one single copy of Extinction Event just to make sure we have at least some of the more troublesome creatures if we can't get our blockers on like a Boreal Grazer or Spinewood Armadillo. So this is going to be great for us. But we have, of course, the one and only Doppelgang. We've talked about this card in a previous deck tag, mostly when I did the, what was that? Was that the Easter deck I did? Yeah, that was a hilariously fun little meme deck, but for Doppelgang, this is actually a really powerful card for us because, as you see, since we're ramping a ton here, this is a perfect card for this deck. It'll allow us to then make extra copies of some of our deserts, which can trigger off Spitfire Lock, which can trigger off Valakut Exploration, and help us get a lot more out onto the battlefield. Or if we need to put it on defense, maybe we can even copy some of our opponent's stuff. So this means we can provide for us even additional value by kind of stealing what our opponent has and ensuring we can still get to victory no matter what we do. But otherwise, that's basically the whole game plan for you. Put out a bunch of lands, start burning your opponent down little by little. Gets a little extra support from your creatures or your card draw from the landfall triggers, and then clone everything. Once you have enough pieces out and copies of everything, make those tokens, and then just close out the game ASAP. Now, if you're interested in playing this in best of 3, however, then this, of course, where the sideboard comes into play. So Tormod's Crypt, it's going to be a free spell because most of your lands come into play tapped. You want to make sure you can still get your graveyard hate out ASAP. You have copies of Negate here, a full set. If we are dealing with a lot more combo decks out there or more control decks, you'll want to have those in. For your artifact and enchantment hate, and even if you need to beat down a couple of flying creatures or even a battle here or there, Atrax's Fall, perfect for that. We'll need a couple of extra wraths just in case we have to deal with some other stuff out there. Mostly it's the go wide decks, the token decks out there. So we have Ritual Soot. We have 2 copies of those. If you have other wraths, by all means use whatever you feel is best for you. But I think these ones currently in the meta are going to be the best ones for us to have at least sideboarded in. Another copy of Valakut Exploration is going to be in the sideboard if you need to do more card draw. We have Intimidation Campaign. This is also another really cool card here that can help us kind of life gain and drain. It's mostly going to be for stabilization purposes, but the fact that all of our lands technically commit crimes, we can keep bouncing this back, so that way we can keep drawing some cards and draw into more action if we need to. And then finally, if you really want to go super wide and you need a budget option, although I would recommend obviously Scoot Swarm for the non-budget version. For the budget version, we have Zendikar's Royal here, which still provides us with some decent 2/2 elemental creature tokens if you want to go super duper wide. But otherwise, that's the whole deck for you in a nutshell, everybody. Is this deck even capable of pulling off any kinds of wins in ranked? Well, you're about to find out. So let's stop talking about this deck and let's start having some fun because I am super hyped about what this deck is capable of doing. So with that, let's go ahead, let's jump in now, and we will play some ranked with this deck. So let's see how well it does. Get into some matches now, everybody. So this is the main event. This is all what you're here for, hopefully. So I don't know about you, but I'm feeling really good about what this deck is going to be able to pull off here. So at the very least, we should be able to get a couple of good wins out of this, and you'll see some fun footage. that you can check out. In the future, for those of you who are watching these streams and maybe you don't want to sit through the whole thing, I'm debating right now, maybe we should consider anytime we stream a deck tech, maybe we'll make like a small mini version and then we'll link it to the full stream if you're interested in just checking out what it looks like in action. So that way we don't have to kind of like, you know, repeat ourselves twice over when it comes to this kind of content. But okay, in any case, we now have finally our first match here with our actual deck. So here we go, everybody. We are playing our Only Lands deck here in Explore. Let's see how well it does. So with that, we got a bunch of, well, we've got a lot of tab lands, that's for sure. We do have a Doppelgang, which is awesome for us, a Druid class to help us stabilize, and a map to Frontier to keep ramping. Not too shabby, so let's keep this. Okay, so with that... So what do we pull out first here? It's going to be a little while, so we will pull out Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Alright, opponent also has a Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Ooh, okay, so we got also another Doppelgang, which is great. So, start the land pinging. They're down to 19. One of the sweet things about this deck is because we can keep pinging with lands, not too much our opponent can do until they start just getting their other stuff down. So, this gives us plenty of time to just do our thing here. Ping. Gain some life. We're up to 21. Okay, so this deck, I'm feeling really good about what it's trying to do here. Oh dear, we're playing Soaring. So is Vein Ripper going to be coming down soon? Well, they didn't tick down, so that's interesting so far. Let's see what our opponent's going to try to do with that in a bit. Gain some life. Map the Frontier. We got a ramp for days, everybody. That's all we got to do here. So we have an Arid Archway. I forgot about this card right here. This is actually a really sweet card for us, because it can help us kind of ramp a little bit faster. You just need to time it as well as to when you want to do this. But otherwise, Lush Oasis. So, landfall triggers like crazy. Ping, ping. And then we will, what do we bounce back? I think we'll bounce back Ramanop Ruins. We will keep the Den of the Bugbear. Okay, so what we need to do now is we will eventually get to a point where we're going to have to start digging for more stuff. And maybe we might be able to clone something our opponent is trying to do here, too. That can help us out a ton. Okay, so there's the Vein Ripper. This is, again, a card that I didn't want to deal with. But, okay, it's fine. So, how do we get around this? I think... Play Map the Frontier again. We will get out... Let's see, how do we do this? Okay. More pinging. So we ping. So you can see the deck is doing its thing, which is great. It's just going to take a little while before we get to what we want. Alright. More pings. And we pass here. Okay. So how much do we have right now currently? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We needed a little bit more to go triple with this. But we could also just go down to 2. And then... Okay, wow, our opponent is kind of going off here. A little scary, everybody, but this is fine. Again, this is just the first match, so we still have a ways to go. The only downside to this deck that I will acknowledge now is if your opponent has life gain, we are going to be in a bad spot. So just keep that in mind if you're playing this deck in any way, shape, or form. Spitfire Lock. All right, we will play Den of the Bugbear. Do some more pinging. Unfortunately, our opponent is... Especially when they're playing mono black, they have a lot of removal. So they will be able to life gain and drain us. This is not exactly what I want to see the deck do, but we will try to make it work. Okay, we'll go to level 2. Ramanop Ruins. And we'll pass here. Okay, so how do we get out of this, everybody? That's the biggest question here. I think our best option is going to be we're going to start copying a bunch of our lands, because that's our best option here. I would love to copy that Vein Ripper, but the ward is what's going to hurt us the most. If we can get out maybe like, oh, I don't know, if we can get out one of our weak little creatures, that might help us out a bit. Oh dear, down to 3. Okay, so we basically have to make it work here. So how much do we have here? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, okay. Can we do this here? We're going to try. So, pay 3. We'll copy Gray Merchant. And what do we do here? Okay, so I think Bristling Backwoods. And what do we do here? Okay. How do we do this? Okay. I'm trying to do the math here, everybody. All right. That should be it. Woo! Look at those triggers, everybody. Oh my goodness, it's so many triggers. Wow. All right. Woo! Wow. We just flipped that completely around. So you can see right there, that was the power of the deck, everybody. That's exactly what you could do with this deck. So as you see, in one turn, we literally flipped it on our opponent there. So they're back down to 16. We're up to 33. This gives us time now to actually copy Vein Ripper on the next go around, and that should be enough to hopefully beat out our opponent on the next turn here. Wow. I didn't think that actually was going to work. Oh man, I love this deck. I love what that was doing right there. Okay, so you saw we now have a ton of copies of stuff here. So this should stabilize us at least for one more turn here. All right, so they pump up. They're obviously going to swing. But if we can copy Vein Ripper here, we are going to be in business. They go up to 26. So technically this is anybody's match still. But Bristling Backwoods. Okay, so ping. We gain a lot of life, which is great for us. Okay, so here we go, everybody. We're going to do this again. So 3. Vein Ripper, yes. Okay, we'll get Gray Merchant this time. And you know what? Let's just burn out our opponent here. Let's just... Actually, hold on. Hold on. I almost messed it up. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1. Yes. 2. And actually, I might as well just burn him out with Gray Merchant. Okay. Okay, so I think we got it right here, everybody. I think we got this. Yes, we beat them. Aw, opponent. I wanted that to go off real quick, but you saw right there, everybody. We were about to destroy them right there real quick. If you didn't know what was going to happen there, basically all those triggers were going to go off. We would have sacrificed a Gray Merchant, but that's a small price to pay to get basically 3 Vein Rippers in one turn, and we would have drained out our opponent completely there. Oh, yes, that actually worked. That actually worked. That was awesome. That's exactly what you want the deck to do, everybody. So you kind of saw right there. That's one of the most powerful things you can do with the deck is just steal your opponent's stuff with a copy and get them down. So let us continue on, and we will play some more. And hopefully we can just do a little bit more with this deck. That was actually really good. You got to see right there what this deck was trying to do. So maybe we'll get a chance to hopefully burn out our opponent in the next game. I would love to see if we can then do this again. But again, I'm not expecting us to pull off a miracle run here. We're just trying to see how well this deck can do with a super small budget, by the way. I think, how many actual cards do we have? I forgot to mention the stats of the deck, but we'll talk about that again when I have an opportunity to in just a little bit. All right, so looks like our opponent is queuing up with us, and we'll get to see right now. Can we get at least another couple more wins with this deck before the stream is over? So, yay, I got to see at least one chance this deck went off. So that was really, really awesome for us. Okay, anyways, here we go again, everybody. We are playing our only lands deck here in Explore, and we've got some tapped deserts, we got a forest, got a growth spiral, which is not too shabby, and we do have a map to frontier, so we do have what we need. Doppelgang here can clone some stuff later on. Okay, so can we get there against our opponent here? Against a mono black deck, we actually didn't do too shabby, so I was really happy with that. All right, Brushland. Elvish Mystic, okay. Are they some kind of ramp deck of their own? I guess we'll find out in a bit. Otherwise, Eroded Canyon. Arid Archway will come down in a bit, everybody. I think the best way we can do this is Growth Spiral, and then just have enough for Map the Frontier. Elvish Mystic again. Okay, so I guess they're a mono green ramp deck or stompy deck. We'll find out in a second. Pass. Okay, we also got the Spitfire lock, so that's great for us. Or is it Lagok? Is it Lagok? I don't know. I can't say words, everybody. Words are hard. Let's be real about that. Okay, Werewolf Pack Leader. All right, our opponent is definitely going to be stomping us soon, but we're going to need to stabilize ASAP. If we can get to our Wrath, that would be great too. But otherwise, until then, take damage, Growth Spiral, draw a card, put down the Arid Archway now. This will make us bounce back a land, which will be a forest. But that's good because it comes down to play untapped, so we can do that now. Play the lock. Okay, so we do have now in place a plan to start burning out our opponent in just a little bit. Will that be enough? Will that be enough? Okay. They shock themselves with a Temple Garden. Collected Company. Okay. Coco hitting us. What do they get? Oh, okay. Phyrexian Sensor. Wow. Okay. That might be a bit of a trouble for us, but don't worry, everybody. I'm still feeling pretty good because most of our deck is just focused around lands. So that's not something I worry too much about. In any case, bristling backwoods. Hitting our opponent. Down to 14, down to 13. And I guess we'll just play our one card, but it's still good because we can still do our thing. So with that, we will play 2 more. Keep burning out our opponent here. Yes, yes, yes. Ping, 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 ping. Okay. Not too shabby, right? Not too shabby, everybody. The deck is working. It's working as intended, and we definitely have now enough lands where we can put down the Armadillo if we need to. Or we could also clone their stuff too. So that's something, again, really, really sweet about the deck that you can actually pull off here. But in any case, so how much do we have right now? So in terms of mana, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Brutal Kadar. Annoying. But it's fine, everybody. We can also clone that too if we need to. Down to 10. All right. Valakut Exploration. Okay. Not too bad. Okay. So, how do we do this? I think Druid class. And how do we get it? All right. Jagged Bear. Okay. Gain some life. Ping down to 8. And then we'll just pass. Okay. So, I think what we can do here is if we could just get rid of that Brutal Cathar and then just block, chump block with Spitfire Lock. They draw a card. Desert Dew. We then hit the Brutal Cathar. Unless they got an option there. Okay. Comes back to us. Okay. I just need to discard this. Discard. Okay. Well, we'll get a land out of this, which is nice. Which one do we want? I guess we'll just get a Sunscorched Desert. Actually, yeah, we'll get a Sunscorched Desert. We need to have stuff untapped. So this does help us stabilize a bit, which is great. I think we're able to pull off a win here on the next turn, assuming our opponent does not have any more removal. All right, so with that, what do you play, opponent? Okay, Lovestruck Beast. Ooh, okay, okay. Can we get a win here right now? Let's find out. Let's find out right now, everybody. I think we got him again. We got him again, everybody. So how much do we get? Wait, hold on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. We will... How do we do this? Okay, so I guess we... 1, 2... Yes! Oh, man. Oh, wow, look at that burn go. There we go, everybody. We got it. We got him. We got him. 2, 1. Yes, we did it again, everybody. Oh, my goodness. This deck is so much fun. Look at that, everybody. And yes, I know it's only gold, but we are ranking up out of this. So, wow. Once again, out of nowhere, we get our win. Look at that. That was beautiful. Oh, yes. That was great, everybody. That's what you want the deck to do. So with that, we're looking pretty good right now with this deck. We'll just keep going. And we're definitely having exactly what we want the deck to do. This is great for us. Definitely have some words and some stuff I would probably want to tweak a little bit later on, but we'll talk about that in a bit. So before we do that, how are we all feeling about this deck right now? How are you feeling about Desert Lands? Honestly, I'm also, when I put together that poll we did a couple days ago before we actually did the stream, I know that all of you voted on this deck, and there was a couple of decks on there that we will eventually do it down the line, but don't worry. We will definitely get around to doing those as soon as we can. But otherwise, this deck actually is performing decently well. But until then, opponent's going to Thoughtseize us in this game. Annoying. But it's fine, everybody. This is fine. Most likely, they're probably going to take either the removal or our chance to ramp with Spinewood Armadillo. They could take away a Valakut, but that doesn't really we still have an extra copy, so that doesn't really help their game plan too much. I guess it depends on what they want to not lose, but I'm guessing it's probably going to be the removal. Oh, they took away the armadillo. Interesting. All right, well, I mean, that's fine too. Play Lush Oasis. Ping. They're down to 15. They took actually a lot of damage on that first turn right there just to Thoughtseize us with a Blood Crypt, Shocked, and a Thoughtseize, and then took the damage from the desert. Right? Rackus Theater. So they get to Surveil. They're doing their thing, thinking about stuff. All right. In any case, we will play Hive of the Eye Tyrant, so it comes down to play untapped. And at least that gives us an option now for removal if we need to in a pinch. Sorin again. Wow, Sorin really has gone up in value quite a bit because of all the stuff that people try to do with him. All right, Vein Ripper. Obviously, no surprise there, because everyone plays Vein Ripper now into Sorin. But in any case, until we can get around that, I guess we'll just keep doing our thing here. We will play a Festering Gulch. Ping. And we will pass. We can't deal with that Vein Ripper with what we have right now, unfortunately, because we don't have a creature to sacrifice to it with the ward ability, which is frustrating for us, but we will see what we can do to get around this. Win or lose, we'll just do what we can to try to see if we can win. But I don't think this match is going to go quite as well as it did that first one we did. Back up to 21, which basically does all of our progress. Okay, so they have Shieldred. Scary, but this is fine. Alright, we lose 2 life. We will play a land here. We throw away the armadillo. We will play... What do we do here? Guess get the canyon. Gain some life. How much do we have? Okay, so 1... Okay. Get rid of Shieldred. We still take some damage here, but that's way less than what we could have dealt with, so... Well, I mean, we're surviving, but we're not going to get there much longer. Unfortunately, Vein Ripper... That's just a powerful card, let's be real. Alright, down to 4. Ouch. They go up to 29. Alright, this is not looking like we're going to survive any longer, but that's okay, everybody. Valakut Exploration number 3. Make a ping here, but that's it for us, everybody. We can't survive the next turn, so we'll just cut there. We'll cut our losses. We go down a rank there. Not a big deal. We can always bounce back, so we will try to fight back and live to see another day. Let's go ahead. Let's keep continuing. We'll just keep on moving forward, everybody. All right, so looking at the clock right now, we still probably have about, at most, about 35 minutes left in the stream. Again, it's not that I don't want to stream longer, but keep in mind that for those of you who saw my previous streams, again, I can't do this full time yet because I'm not making really any money off of streaming or YouTube content, but we are making progress there. But until that day comes, I still have to basically have a big boy job, so that job will be done and I have to get ready for after the stream. So that's why we're going to have to cut it a little shorter than other people out there. But again, for those of you that are watching, I still hope you're enjoying the content. I really am having a lot of fun doing this. This is definitely something I love to do. And with that, let's get back actually to the match before I continually ramble on. So we do have an Arid Archway. We have an Eroded Canyon. This is a little too slow for us. So let's mulligan. Okay, well, this is definitely a lot better. So with that, let us put back... What do we put back here? I think we'll put back the Spitfire Logok. Is it Logok? Lock? I don't know. Logok. Let me know in the comments below which is it. Is it what I said or not? Any case, going back to this. Opponent here also did some mulliganing, which is good for us. So, Bristling Backwood. Ping our opponent down to 19. And your go, opponent. What do you got? They got a Swamp. Duress. Oh. That actually hurts us. Ouch. Most likely they'll take away the Valakut Exploration if I were them. Oh, they took away the ramp there. Interesting. Interesting choice. But okay. That is a choice. And they're allowed to make it. If we can at least get one of our resources here to then do its thing, we should be able to hopefully go off. Or not. Alright. Any case, what do we do here? Alright. Excuse me. Okay. So with that, we will play Deadlands.
Delicate exploration.
Well, if they try to discard us again, at least we're a little protected against that, sort of, because we only have lands. Get it? Only lands. I'm funny, everybody. You know what I mean. In any case, river. Well, at least we can now have our engine on board, so we can just keep exiling stuff, and hopefully we can draw into more action here. Even if our opponent tries to do their thing. Oh, it's an archway. Well, that's awkward. We actually could have used that. That's fine. It's fine. We will still keep doing our pings. They will scry. The life gain from this, unfortunately, will undo what we do in a bit. But that's okay. We just got to hang in there just a little bit longer, everybody, and we will hopefully have a chance to keep this fun going. At least a couple more wins would be really great to end on the stream with, but let's see what our opponent tries to do here. Okay, well, they're drawing cards, which means that it's less likely for them to do anything against us. Ooh, okay, Doppelgang is not too bad. That'll help us out later on. All right, ping our opponent here. Exile. Okay, well, we can't play that, so we're going to have to lose another land. But we are pinging them, so it is working, sort of. Okay. Hopefully we'll get a chance to then beat him out here in a bit. All right. The Bat God. But we do have removal for him, so down you go. We can't afford to have him on board too long. So he'll transform into a land, but that gives us a bit of time to work with here. So Growth Spiral. Come on, deck. Okay. All right, so with that, a Boreal Grazer. All right, opponents. Okay, so come on. Hold on, everybody. Why is my chat not popping up here? Okay. I think I see one of you is trying to say something to me, but sorry. I'm kind of, I don't know why. It's not popping up. Okay. Transform. Oh, sorry. I can't see your question from there for some reason over here. But okay. So this is actually not standard. This is actually going to be Explorer for... Sorry, I can't read the stream for some reason there. But yes. We're playing an Explorer this match right here. But most of the deck actually can work if you needed to in standard. I don't actually have a standard variant here per se. But if you're interested, maybe we can talk about that a little bit later on in the actual ending part of the stream. All right, so pass here. Huh, refreshing the chat. For some reason, I'm missing some of the things some of you guys are saying, so I do apologize for that. But we'll just keep going here real quick. Growth Spiral. All right, so we get to put land in. So our deck is definitely doing its thing, which is nice. King. Exile again. Not quite what we want. No attacks, obviously. We'll just let that go, because we can ping our opponent there. But yes, so mostly our decks for that we have, we're mostly playing Explorer format because I like personally playing in a format that's more eternal, but at the same time lower powered so it doesn't feel super crazy. But definitely, yeah, if you are interested in maybe some standard stuff, I do have at least a couple of standard decks, but that's going to be something I'll show you, some of you down the line in a bit. Okay, so our opponent here is going to try to do some swings. There we go. Okay. We discard a card, unfortunately, which is annoying, but that's okay. So, how do we get out of this, everybody? How do we get out of this? I think this might be the turn we might have to actually use our Doppelgang here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So with that, pay 2. How do we do? Okay, so Shieldred. And how do we... Okay, What do I want to take from our opponent here? I kind of want to take one of their cards instead. So... Okay. Let us... Lush Oasis. Okay. So this at least will give us what we need somewhat. They do their card draw. We throw away a Sour Springs. Or Scoured Springs. Make some bats. We'll keep one Shieldred. So we get to do some pinging. There we go. Alright, no attacks yet. We lose all of our cards, but they go back down to 16. Okay. The deck is trying to do its thing, which is great. Okay. Opponent will drain us out here, but we do have now our own Shieldred, so that gives us a bit of time to work with here. Alright. But we also get to do some life gain and drain. So at the very least, this will keep us stable for a bit longer, while our opponent maybe tries to find a way to get around our own copy of Shieldred here. So, what do you got, opponents? We do have a Fatal Push, which is annoying, but it's fine. We have to buy some time here. So, block here. Not what I want to do, but it's okay. Draw a card. It's a Hay Shop Oasis. Okay. Go down to 4. Exile a card. Alright, well... Okay, well, we can't survive this, so we concede here, everybody. Not what I wanted to do, but hey, it is what it is. So, with that, we go down on, unfortunately, another one. That's fine. We'll try to see if we can get another win here. Okay, so with that, we will continue on. So we're playing Explore. We're going to try to see if our only lands deck can still pull off a couple more wins, at least before the end of the stream. We still got about, at this point, maybe approximately, I don't know, I guess 25 minutes. If I'm counting in also time that I'm going to need to, you know, just talk about the deck at the end. Good, bad, what we should change in the future. But in any case, until we get there, let's see. Okay, so we have ways of ramping, but we don't have a green source, which is kind of awkward for us. I kind of am tempted to keep this. Really can't really do anything, but... Let's actually, I'm probably going to mulligan. Okay. Well, we can definitely do something here, which is nice. We'll probably put back the Doppelgang. That's probably what I'm thinking we're going to do. So with that, Doppelgang goes back. Festering Gulch. Staying down to 19. Okay. So. Can't see, I think one or two of you is trying to say something on the chat, but I can't read it because for some reason, at least on my thing with the settings, I don't know what happened there, but I can't see where the chats are coming from, which is a little awkward. But in any case, Royal Razor. We don't have another land, but we just need a blocker out there just in case. So thank you. All right, down to the Bugbear. Okay. Balmor. Oh dear. We might get destroyed here quick if we're not careful. So with that, we're going to have to take out that Balmor now. And we'll play Beseiju. No attacks? Okay. Alright, opponent. What kind of shenanigans are you trying to pull off here? What are we going to have to deal with? Mana Confluence. Burning Tree Emissary. Okay, so are they kind of like a Teamer Anthem effect deck? Play with fire. Down 18. If we get another land... Okay. I think you can't make him. Okay, yes. I mean, it's a little tricky, so I do apologize for that. But, I mean, I don't know if you can help me kind of with that in terms of what I can say. But yes, I do appreciate still that you actually are there. So don't worry. I'm not ignoring anybody in the chat. It's just, it's a little tricky at times when I've got that, and I'm trying to adjust my settings here. But I can see you now, at least now on the feed there. So yay, thank you. Thank you for joining me. I mean, if you want to, you can let me know like how I can pronounce the name correctly here. I don't want to mess up names, especially for those that actually would like to have a conversation. Okay, opponent's got Monstrous Rage, so they're about to hit us. Down to 13. But, yes. I can definitely see that for sure now. But thank you for being here. Appreciate that. Alright, so we'll pass here. So the game plan right now is I don't know what else our opponent has. Oh, they're trying to burn us out here a little bit, but we do have a desert to do, so this is great for us to remove their creature in case if it gets bigger here. But at the very least, thank you for joining me. How is your day going over where you are? Hopefully you're having a good day where you're watching from. Okay, so for this, we'll block the Burning Tree Emissary now. We can't afford to lose too much here. I'm guessing our opponent right now is probably going to try to get Slick Shot Show Off to start doing its thing. If they do, then we have removal that we can answer with. Okay, come on, opponent. What do you got? But also, I see you're also coming to us from... Oh, you're watching from YouTube, so thank you for that. I'm also trying to figure out, like, who is watching me from where, just to kind of get a feel for where things might be. Alright. Let that resolve. Okay, opponent, is that it? We're just going to have to hit Slick Shot Show Off now. Do you have another answer, opponent? Of course, they have the Blossoming Defense. Alright. We're down to 1. Ouch. That hurt. Okay. Oasis down. Ping 'em. I mean, we can definitely still do our thing here, but it's just not enough. I mean, I'll even do this. So we create Source mana, but we can't do anything, unfortunately. So, alright, we'll move on to the next one, everybody. That was unfortunate, but that's okay. I mean, that's kind of how it goes when it comes to times of Magic. We're going to lose rank here a little bit, but that's okay. We'll just keep playing. We still got a little bit more time in the stream. So let's go ahead, let's continue the fun. And we'll see how well we can do in just a little bit. Okay, so, okay, shaking it off. Shaking it off right now. Hold on, give me a second here. Okay. Feeling good. We're going to see if we can try to get a couple more wins in before we end the stream. So we still got at least maybe about, I think, 20 minutes left for me actually gameplay-wise. And then we'll wrap it up, of course, with my thoughts overall on the deck, how it is, good, bad. Maybe we can look at some upgrades for the deck if you are interested in playing this. So definitely stick around for that for those of you that are still watching. I appreciate your support, everybody. And hopefully we'll get a chance to maybe see what we can do if you like this. Maybe this could be a future 4-color, 5-color non-budget pile for those of you that are fascinated by this kind of deck. In any case, okay, so we got our deserts, so it's going to be a little slow. Deserts do. We have plenty of removal, which is great. Some ramp and some card draw if it does some way somehow work out. So we'll keep this. Okay, it's Anton. Cyrillic alphabet. It's a little bit complicated for English speakers. Some letters look the same but sound differently. Okay, well, thank you for that. So, Anton is it, right? Okay, so thank you again for that. I appreciate you spelling that out for me. I try not to mess up with people, especially if those of you that are out there that like to, chat with me about stuff. So thank you for that. If in the future, if anybody I mess up your names or whatever, again, I'm not trying to be like ignorant to it. Sometimes it gets a little tricky. Since again, for me, it's a little hard for me to kind of differentiate certain letters and words. Although English is my primary language, I do sometimes have some issues with words and letters and stuff. So I do apologize ahead of time for that. So don't hate me for that. But I will try. I will put forth the effort to say what I think, what I can. In any case, going back to the match right here. Okay, so our opponent looks like they're probably going to be an Arc like Phoenix deck because they got a lot of spell slinging. They have an Izzet Charm, Ledger Shredder. So most likely they're going to try to start going off with stuff in just a little bit. But the good news is we do have at least removal, which is really what we're going to need right now. Take out their Ledger Shredder. No attacks, of course, because we can't do anything. And the very least, next turn, we can get Valakut Exploration or Map the Frontier, and we can start ramping like crazy. So hopefully this will work out. Okay, is it Charm? Opponent's doing some card draw. What do you throw away, opponent? Okay, so there you go. So they threw away Torch the Tower. I'm surprised they threw that away. They actually could have used that against us. But otherwise, yes. So thank you. Welcome. Fiery Impulse. Annoying. This is fine. Okay, so with that, how do we do this? I think Hejab Oasis, map the frontier. We will get an arid archway. And what do we get here? I think we'll get a bristling backwood. So this means that we can ping. We will bounce back Boseiju. We might need to reuse that. So that's actually was one of the cool things about this deck. With the arid archway, you bounce back a land, which can be for some people something you may not think is a good idea. But think about it this way. Hear me out for a second. The Galaxy Brain move is you put this down, it bounces back, say, Boseiju, and you get a chance to reuse it if you need to against an opponent. So that's also one of the sweet things about this deck. I forgot to mention why it's important, the land base, how it is, but I'll talk about that at the end in the wrap up. So hang in there, everybody. We will get to that in a moment. In any case, so opponent is digging. They did not get their Arclight Phoenix, so we do have time. And this deck, thankfully, it is there's no life gain against us, so as long as we can just ping them down, we might have a shot here beating them. Okay. Ooh, okay. That's something we needed. So spelunking here. So with that, we draw another card. And we can put down the Boseiju. So how do we do this here? I think... Okay. Spitfire Lock. This might draw them to want to do some damage against their creature, but that at least buys us a little bit of time. So the idea now is we have a Valakut and we have the map the frontier, so we can keep our ramp going and just hopefully just build up to our victory, hopefully quickly. Ledger Shredder. All right, opponent. Do you have removal? Oh, they just might. There it is. There it is, everybody. So Ledger Shredder doing their thing. They throw away the Lightning Axe, which is... Maybe that was probably not a good idea to put out a creature. That's fine. We do have time, everybody. So with that, opponent's got 3 cards in hand. Are they going to cast off a Treasure Cruise? Maybe. Oh. Why am I not surprised? Of course they had it. Still annoying, but they did not bring back their Phoenixes just yet, so we do have time. So with that, Desert Dew. Okay. Spitfire Lock. Again. Okay, opponents. We still have time, which is nice. But they can keep spell slinging for quite a while against us. Brazen Borrower bounces that back. Will you cast the Brazen Borrower? Okay. Wow, they hard cast a Phoenix. Okay. Well, I mean, that's an option. So, Valakut Exploration. I think this is going to be the turn, everybody. We're going to have to start doing our thing here. So, Island. Ping. Exile. Down to 13. Okay. Little by little, everybody. Progress. Small bits of progress. That's what we need to do here. Picklock Prankster. Some more mill. Oh, they're going to mill back that Lightning Axe. All right. That's fine, I guess. But they're running out of steam. Because they only have 2 more cards in hand. But we still have a way of getting through this. Unless they have another card. Is it the Treasure Cruise? It's the Treasure Cruise, isn't it? I swear. Of course. No surprise there, everybody. So they dig out some more answers. And now they basically have enough to then cast off their Arclight Phoenixes. So here they come. Picklock Prankster. We really could use right now our Wrath. That actually would help us survive this whole thing. Down to 8. Valakut Exploration again. So, how do we do this? Okay. Valakut Exploration. Map the frontier. Okay, so Festering Gulch. And I guess a Sour Springs? Okay. Wow. Well, we will get a bunch of triggers off right here, which is great. Down to 11. A Wrath right now will be beautiful. Okay. Well, we did not get the Wrath, unfortunately, but that's okay, everybody. So with that, we can still keep going. All right, come on, deck. Okay, we did not get it, but we could try a little bit longer here. Growth Spiral. Desert Dew. Actually, hold on. I guess that's all we can do, actually. Down to 7, down to 6. Okay. Little by little, everybody. We made some progress there. Oh. Okay. Well, I think we might be done here. Alright. Well, we tried, everybody. Desert Dew. We tried to take out 1. But, man, that's not enough. Aw, man. Man, we came close right there. That's okay, everybody. We will try again. Maybe... I think we might have time for maybe 2 more matches. So, let's go ahead and let's continue. We're almost there. We're going to see if we can try to regain what we lost. And hopefully we can just keep bouncing back. So, let's keep going. I do like what this deck is trying to do. I am really happy with how it's turning out. Maybe we might have to do a couple tweaks, but keep in mind, again, the version we're playing today, it is budget, because if you've seen my streams, you've seen my content, mostly our decks are focused on just playing pure budget decks. That's mostly what the appeal is, because I want to show all of you out there that you don't have to spend a ton of money to make a ton of really powerful decks out there, or if you're playing on Arena, you don't have to spend all of your rares or mythics to make a powerful deck. You can still make something fun, sometimes even competitive, because I know we're not focused on competitive, but we can be competitive if we need to in a pinch, and show you that there are definitely ways you can have fun with Magic without spending a ton. So, having said that, let's now show you again what we're trying to pull off here. So we got our Festering Gulches, we have Deserts, we have an Exploration, we have a Doppelgang. We mostly have everything we need, which is great. We just need to ramp into everything ASAP, and hopefully we can get to our victory here. But speaking of which, our opponent here is playing a little dirty because they got a nice little companion here. But that means we do have some time to build up our game plan. So we'll play Lush Oasis. We ping them for 1. We're going to use a Spinewood Armadillo to then just get out what we need. Growth Spiral is also helpful too. So with that... Hey, Shop Oasis. How do we do this here? Okay. Spinewood Armadillo. Throw it away. Okay, so with that, I think Arid Archway. Gain some life. Alright. Okay, Druid class is not too shabby either, so how do we do this? Ping. Alright, and then we'll pass here. Okay, so game plan right now is just basically get the Growth Spiral going in just a second. Just like so. Hit ourselves for 1. Draw a card. We can put down the Arid Archway, and then we can just plop down, or at least bring back our Oasis. Bring it back. Throw away the extra Valakut. We don't need that. We definitely are going to need something else in a bit. So with that, we will play... Oasis. Map the Frontier. And then now we should be able to start going off very quickly here. If we can just get what we need. Jagged Barrens. Get some red and black. Ping our opponent here. Down to 17. Down to 16. Okay. Progress, everybody. Again, little by little. That's mostly how it is with this deck. Slow but steady. We can just start doing our thing here. Okay. Opponent played Greater Tanuki. So they're going to look for a land. Opponent is trying to also slowly ramp, but we are moving faster than they are, which is great. Okay, Giant. They play Contorious. Oh dear. Are they going to be playing that disgusting little combo they do? Yes, it is. Alright. Well, unfortunately, this means that we might have lost here already. If you haven't seen this combo, for those of you that are unaware of how this works, all they basically do is they just play this really annoying little combo here where we just keep discovering. I don't know why Wizards thought it was a good idea to bring back basically Cascade, but it's just ETB Cascade instead. So all they're just going to do now is they're just going to keep ticking down with all their extra Spark Double copies, and they just keep pinging us until we're dead, which is sad because there's really nothing you can do about this. As you can see, it just keeps going. Really, really annoying. So that's just how it is. Alright, and then they all keep pinging us down. Apparently, they can actually burn us out better than we can. I really don't like this deck at all. So, I mean, that just means we just lost again. But that's okay, everybody. We'll try to get at least one more win. Hopefully we can at least end the stream on a victory before we finish this up. Wow, we actually went down quite a bit here. Okay, I'm actually going to have to grind like crazy. Probably, maybe off stream. But I'll worry about that later on. We're still trying to have some fun with this deck. So with that, let's see. Maybe we can get one more match in today before we're done. Hopefully, we'll get a chance to finish off with a victory. We got some sweet wins today, I could definitely say. I'm happy with how that turned out. But, well, the last 4 losses were not really quite what I was expecting. But that's okay, everybody. I mean, again, you're only going to be able to do so much with a budget deck. So just keep that in mind if you're interested in this in the future. All right. In any case, so we do have right here some removal, but we don't have options to get there. However, if we can get one more land, map the frontier, I think can help us get to what we need. So instead, Sunscorched Desert, ping. For those of you that are still watching, what are you still interested in? Because I know not too many people were saying anything, but what are we interested in when it comes to our upcoming Modern Horizons 3 cards coming out soon? Okay. While you're thinking about that, okay, they took away the Valakut Exploration, which is fine. I don't mind that. All right, Forest. Unfortunately, we did get the Bristling Backwoods right when we needed it, but that's okay. We can still ramp with Map the Frontier. So we can still hopefully pull off our game plan here. Arboreal Grazer. Cute. Ping. Grazer down. So we put down our land here. All right. Well, we're getting our ramp on, which is great. The good news, again, is the deck has no problem ramping, which is awesome. But maybe it was not the best idea to go with black as the 4th color for the deck. I don't know. You let me know in the comments below, everyone, what you think. What was the best option? Was black the best option for us, or maybe we should have gone with the more traditional white instead? Okay, so if they have a Phyrexian Arena, that most likely means they're going to have a Shieldred soon, so we're going to have to be prepared for that. So in order to get prepared for that, we will need Festering. Actually, hold on. What do we actually want to use here? Jagged Barrens, okay, and Arid Archway. So we ping our opponent. We will bounce back Boseiju, as I mentioned. Ping him again. And we can use the Boseiju if we need to get rid of Phyrexian Arena. That's mostly the reason why you bounce things back with Arid Archway. All right, what do you got, opponents? 5 cards in hand. What could they possibly be? They know exactly what we're playing already, so it's not like it's any surprise, unfortunately. Desert Dew. And I guess we'll just do this now. Phyrexian Arena down. Okay. That slows down their card draw, at the very least. Pass. We're going to hold on to this extra Sunscorched Desert in case of maybe we get some kind of landfall trigger we're going to want to have to go off with. Gray Merchant. For little to no value, which is fine. Ooh, okay. Now, here we go, everybody. Valakut Exploration, back. This is also exactly why I was holding on to this land, so that worked out for us. Come on, deck. Give me a good hit here. Give me a good hit. Okay, Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Not quite what we wanted, but that's fine. We can still ping our opponent at the very least. One of the good things, at least about this as card draw, is, again, as you saw, even if you don't manage to get what you need in a hit, you could still, thankfully, keep drawing into more action, and hopefully it'll turn out just right. Okay, so with that, our opponent is now down to 3 cards. Rush of Dread. Oh. So we have to do this now. We take out their Gray Merchant. Whew! That was too close. Okay. Alright, well, we are running a little low on steam here, but hopefully we'll be able to go off here. Come on, deck. Growth Spiral. Not quite what we wanted. But we are still pinging down our opponent here. Man, a lot of people are trying to do the... just drain out us out of combo. Okay, well, we are still getting lands, which is great. We're slowly but surely pinging our opponent in the most hilarious way possible. They're down to 8. Oh my goodness. We're actually pulling off here a hilarious way of winning. Maybe. Oh, they draw a card. Wow, down to 4. That's kind of risky, opponents. Was that really the best option for you? All right, Sun-Scorched Desert. So we're still getting our land drops, which is great. If we can just get at least one good hit here, we might be able to pull it off. Come on, deck. Oh my goodness. I think we won. I think we won right here. We did it. We did it, everybody. We did it. We did it. We did it. This was the best way we could end the stream. Okay, so hold on. This is okay. How many can we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's happening, everybody. It's happening. Unless if our opponent has a way of draining us out right now, we've got the win. Ah, yes, we did it. Yes, we did it. We did it. We did it. We did it, everybody. Oh my goodness. Look at all those. Wow. Oh my gosh. I think we should end it right there. Oh my goodness. That's how you do it, everybody. That was the best way to end this stream. Whew. Oh, I've lost my voice at this point, everybody, but that was it. I think we're going to end it right there. That was good. Okay. So we're closing in on the end here. So I think we're going to cut it there. I want us to end on a good note. Okay, we got at least one nice rare out of that. So that was nice from our dailies. So let's get to the wrap up now, and then we'll finish this off. So what did we all think, everybody? What was your thoughts on the Only Lands deck? Would you play this deck in any way, shape, or form? And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm actually very satisfied with how the deck turned out. Yes, it is super janky, but as you saw, when it goes off, man, does it go off, and it is hilarious. Wow, that top deck was so perfect at the end there. So definitely I might clip that and put that into like a short in the future. But going back to this, we never got a chance to use our single Wrath here. Honestly, maybe if we up the budget, I would probably maybe get rid of the Spitfires and maybe we'd probably just put in more Wraths. Having said that, I don't know if maybe black was the best option. I only chose black because Desert's Due here gave us a really solid removal option utilizing the desert plan. However, maybe I would say if we go white, so say for example, okay, let's hold on for a second here. I'll show you. What do we get if we go into white? So we'll type in, wait, oh, I can't spell. Sorry. Again, I can't spell, everybody. So if we go white with deserts, this is what we get. Okay. So you don't really get anything major with white per se. There is technically one removal spell, which is Desert's Hold. Not a very good one, but it does technically stabilize, and it does get rid of a creature temporarily, although they do stay on the battlefield. So keep that in mind if you want to switch to white. This is actually more expensive because it's 3 mana instead of 2 mana. Also, this is now an aura. It's not instant speed removal. But keep in mind, one of the better advantages that you do have in white, I guess if we want to go with Wraths, is if you don't mind going non-budget, I would personally recommend, if you're going to go with that, just get Supreme Verdict. I mean, let's be real. This is going to be your best option if you're going to go into white. So you could probably go with, I don't know, maybe like a counter spell here instead. You can probably move in either Negates, Dovin's Veto, No More Lies. You get the idea here. And then put in Supreme Verdict. Maybe I would say get rid of Spitfire Lock here. As an example here, again, showing everybody. So you can put in Supreme Verdict, get 3 copies right there. You could put maybe the 4th copy out here, Ritual Soot. Maybe we could be cheeky, and you probably could go maybe even 5 color. But again, that mostly will require a little bit more thinking on my end if I want to go 5 color with the deck. But just for today, 4 color is not bad. But if you can afford the budget, maybe if we go into like something bigger, you could do 5 colors. And I think the deck actually would still be just as fine. The whole idea, again, is not so much about the color specifically. You just want to ramp as much as you can to get the doppelgang. As you see, you can copy a lot of stuff and just go off and then hopefully get your win that way. So regardless of however you want to do it, there's still multiple ways you can go with this deck. So I would still say play around with this deck a little bit more. It was a lot of fun. I was really high on how it is. It's not going to get you, of course, a bunch of wins as you see here. It's not the most competitive option, even among some of the budget builds we have. But definitely, I would say this is actually something that, honestly, I think actually works very well. Really quick, though, for those of you that are interested in the stats of the deck, just again, because usually I try to cover this early on, but I forgot to do it this time, so my apologies. For the stats for this deck, as you can see here, the average mana curve is technically about 2.9. And again, we were originally running 4 colors. If you want to run 5 colors, that is totally your choice. And then in terms of creatures, you only have 8 creatures in the deck. You were running 8 instants, 12 sorceries, 5 enchantments, and 27 lands. A little higher than normal because, again, you want to try to ramp and try to take advantage of all the lands you have. The only other thing I wish this deck could do is maybe in the future from Wizards, maybe when we try to go to another plane that has deserts, maybe we'll get basic deserts, just kind of how we have basic snow lands. If we can ever somehow get from the game basic desert lands, that would then say this deck probably would most likely perform extremely well if we can just get that as an option. So keep that in mind. Maybe in the future, hopefully Wizards will give us the chance to get basic lands that are also islands and deserts or forests and deserts in the future, of course. But I digress. Any case, I think we'll kind of end it there, everybody. We'll discard the changes. I'll play around with the deck in the future for my own personal time. Maybe we'll do like a future video on that one. But overall, for those of you who stuck around for the duration of time, thank you again so much for everything that all of you have done. I really am enjoying having fun doing streaming again. And I'm going to try to mix this in more and more often with our actual content out there when it comes to playing the game. But as for those of you who are looking for stuff to see in the future, we're going to again try to focus a little bit more on the future of trying to put more variety of videos out there. I would like to do more analysis videos, stuff to think about, like, you know, what you can do to upgrade your budget decks out there. What are the best options for your decks? Sideboarding tips for all of you out there. Yes, there's a lot of content out there for this stuff already, but for my personal channel, I would love to give you my personal opinions on how you can get the most out of basically any deck out there, even if you're playing at super budget level like we are in most of our videos, and what you can do to then get more value with the rares that you spend, maybe even if you play in paper. But for the rest of the week, we're going to be, of course, celebrating our 350th pack opening soon. We'll have a couple more of the Basically series videos if you haven't seen those. That's our super ultra budget series where we go over decks that have only rares. I mean, sorry, not only, sorry, my mistake there. Blech. But basically, those are the decks that have only commons and uncommons, no rares or mythics. To give you an idea of that preview real quick before we leave today, because I always like to say that for those of you who stuck around this far into the video, you can at least kind of get a sneak peek as to what we're cooking up in the future. But here we go. You can kind of see here, we have a plants deck coming out, a stompy deck. I might want to talk about this mount up deck because mounting actually is pretty cool, but I'm going to see if we could tweak this for Explore in the future. Some of you voted on our second option if we didn't do only lands today, the Batman deck. I think I'll do this into a former deck tech in the future, so hang out and keep an eye on that in the future. Sartorius Shinobi. We do have another event next week if we have time to stream. I might either do the Shinobi deck or my personal pick, the Landalorian. But again, I'm going to pick whichever one you all want to see coming up for the future. So regardless of whichever video we're going to put out next, we definitely have plenty of stuff to work with. There's so many cards in this set coming out, and then by the time we get through all of these videos, we'll have more shorts coming out. There'll be, of course, more timeless cards that'll be played soon once we get Modern Horizons 3. But again, I'm rambling on. You get the idea, everybody. We're just going to have a lot more to play with. It's going to be a really fun summer of Magic. We'll have plenty to work with here, and I will have no shortage of stuff. And then by the time we get through all of that, I think from Modern Horizons 3, then you're going to see that we'll be ready for Bloomborough, and then the cycle begins again, and man, I'm going to try not to wipe myself off on this, but there is at least, if nothing else, plenty of stuff to work with here. So I'm super happy no matter what you slay. For those of you that are fans of Magic, you're definitely going to have a lot to eat up coming up soon. But with that, I think we're going to be ending it there, everybody. And with that, one more final time, thank you so much, everybody, for your support. And I think we'll be ending it here. So if those of you who've been watching me for this long, you already know how we do this. No matter what you play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. Later.